Ladies and gentlemen, many of you might have heard about the immigrants coming over from the Bahamas, and they were kicked off of a ferry because they did not have visas. And I think there should always be an exception whenever there's a natural disaster. That should be common sense. You would think it was. Now, Trump has come along and he's done his classic Trump act. You know, oh, there may be criminal elements, drugs, gangs, blah, blah, blah. But see, he always does this whenever the immigrants have some melanin in their skin. If you remember, he did the same thing to the Mexicans. Oh, they're gangs, uh, rapists, and this and that. But I bet you if those immigrants look just like his wife, he wouldn't be saying any of those things, and he knows it. But pushing all of that aside, ladies and gentlemen, Trump is just Trump. These are the things to expect. When it comes down to Trump, I don't expect anything decent from this man. I just don't. All right. He is who he is. Don't expect anything decent from this person ever. So, ladies and gentlemen, my beef is with the Democratic Party. Now, you may be asking, well, why would you go after the Democratic Party? Well, the reason why I want to target the Democratic Party in this whole thing is because when it came down to the Mexican immigrants, they were screaming and hollering over ICE raiding them. They were screaming and hollering that they were in these ICE detention centers caged up. They were screaming and hollering over their children being separated from the parents. They went down to the detention center, raising all kinds of hell, all up in the headlines, stomping for the Mexicans, telling them, don't open your door for ICE, defying law enforcement. But when it came down to these people from Bahamas who are only fleeing from a natural disaster that has damn near taken out a huge chunk of the island, they get turned away. Where were the Democrats? How come we haven't heard from the Democrats on this? How come we haven't heard one voice from the Democratic Party after Trump made this statement about them being criminals and gangs and all this other stuff, drugs? It's a natural disaster going on. Many of these people don't have a home to go back to. And he turned these folks away and justifying it. Why aren't you raising your voices like you did for the Mexicans? How come we haven't heard from one Democrat? Not one. But you got your mouth all wide open when it comes down to these illegals crossing the fence. There's no natural disasters going on in Mexico or Honduras or wherever these people come from in South America. They didn't get hit by a hurricane, Category 5, but you hemming and hawing for them. Where are the politicians down in Florida? Where are you? This should be unacceptable to anybody that's in the Democratic Party. But it just goes to show you the blatant contradictions that are in the Democratic Party. How come you're not taking a trip down there where the ferry comes in to make sure these people from the Bahamas get the shelter they need? But you're all down at the ICE detention center doing all kinds of interviews talking about how inhumane that is. Well, turning people away that have nowhere to go, that's inhumane. See, ladies and gentlemen, this is all the more reason not to vote for the Democratic Party. They have done absolutely nothing to earn our vote. Nothing. And they're going to continue to do nothing. All they want to do is give a bunch of lip service, but at the end of the day, they will do nothing. They have pushed more legislation in this country for immigrants than the black citizens that have lived here their whole life and been here for generations. Politicians all over this country got sanctuary states, counties, and cities for immigrants. Where's our sanctuary? Where is it? The only thing the Democratic Party has done in this country is sell us out. When it comes down to us, it's all lip service. Just like HR 40, we gonna have to study slavery. Why? You didn't have to study nothing when it came down to anybody else getting reparations. See, with us, it's all lip service. Mumble jumble word salad. That's all we get from them. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is all the more reason to turn our backs on the Democratic Party. If we are not worth reparations, if those folks from the Bahamas are not worth getting shelter in this country when you have provided it for others that hop the fence, then the Democratic Party is not worthy of one single vote from the black community. Not one. They have done nothing over all of the decades that we voted Democrats. They haven't earned one single vote yet. So when they come looking for our vote, let's give them a bunch of lip service. Let's push that same lip service back up in their face. Oh, well, we're going to have to study the candidates and we're going to have to, we'll get back to you on that vote. Do them the same way. Don't hold back. Ladies and gentlemen, this is unacceptable from the president and any of these politicians for turning away people that are in need of the basic things: food, clothing, shelter. That natural disaster, they didn't ask for that. They did not ask for that to happen, but it did. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. So, I'm not worried about Trump, because Trump is just saying the classic things that we always hear from him. But I am going to raise my voice against the Democratic Party for all the support and help they have given to immigrants that come across that border, but go completely silent on those that are really in need right now. No, Democratic Party, we are not going to forget this. There is a clear double standard going on here. And we all need to be raising our voices about this. Don't ever let this go. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.